Alright everybody, welcome back to the moth-hawk project, and about in like 2 days, today I will be able to, today I'm gonna be updating my PC, so tomorrow I hope I will be able to schedule the live stream again without problems. But the good news is I actually successfully cooked dinner today, which actually turned out pretty great. I actually made green asparagus. I actually used green asparagus tips on it with rice, combined it with some brown mushrooms. Apparently, I don't know why they are called brown mushrooms, but they are brown looking. I don't care either way anyway. But yeah, that's what I did with using it. So I used cow meat that that you normally put into the soup, and then mushrooms, leek, spring onions, and then I cooked it with some garlic, with butter, and then garlic on it, and then used soy sauce and teriyaki sauce, and then applied the rice into the same basket. Oh, it was water melting. That's for sure. So next time, tomorrow I will try to cook it again. Hopefully I will be able to do it again in the same way. But the sad news is I don't have teriyaki sauce anymore. Well, I do, but I don't have it. I need to first make the oyster sauce go away. So I need to get that one first up and running. So I will probably eat some fish, kind of fish things, probably. So maybe some shrimps or something like that. I think that would be the smart move. Instead of going for the cow meat, I actually will go for some shrimps because, well, it's oyster sauce. Or I could technically go for some spare ribs because they are actually quite good with oyster sauce as well. Difficulty. When you're walking, it's always difficult to figure out what you're gonna pick. Anyway. So what we're gonna be doing today? Well, today we're gonna be trying to get from here till, let's see, let's put a reasonable idea. So let's try to get from here to here. That's our main goal for today. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna finish up the bottom part of the tree, and then we are almost halfway done. And then, once we're halfway done, we can actually finish it off after a while. I actually have been working on the magical ghost story again. I'm now currently working on the pillar. Well, on the pillars, but, I first drew the first pillar correctly. And after probably 2 days, I will be able to get some good result, because right now it's just a pillar looking, and that is not very interesting. Like, well, you're halfway there, yeah. But I also had to clean up the dishes. I also had to clean up the dishes again. I had to also do a lot of stuff, which took quite a while actually. I was actually quite surprised on how much I had to actually clean up. The good thing is, though, I'm not very. It's not that bad. It's just that when you do when you clean up, you are constantly working out, and that is always a good thing. Cleaning up your own dishes by not having a washing machine is it makes your muscles go sore if you are doing it too much. But yeah, it's all fine. It's just, it makes you think about, like, what you gonna get today? What are you gonna cooking? Well, I'm not gonna cook this or that or this because, well, A, it is horrible to do. B, I will take literally an hour maybe or two to just clean it all up. And knowing me, I'm a fucking lazy ass piece of shit who doesn't want to clean it up too early. Because I want to do first streaming and then I want to play some video games, and then, that is probably one of the things that I'm like, ooh, alright, sure thing, mate. So let me just get this, I forgot this, sorry, yeah, there you go, now I'm back in here, yep. I had to switch the screen to, the live chat to just double check, it's always important. And, yeah, tonight I will be updating my PC so that probably the wireframe will be fixed, so that we can finally get scheduled streaming back on. Because holy shit, it is a hassle to just do scheduled streams on this one. It's like, yes, you can only save one thing. It's not saving every single fucking thing you made. Smart. But it didn't even save the tag. Oh man. Not having the tag saved is one of the worst things I ever came across. Jeez. So yeah. Working on that, getting the tree up and running, making the tree look cool. All that stuff is so goddamn important. But well, oh well. It all happens, you know. Right now we're trying to get no, what we're now trying to do here is actually, you know, making the tree happen. So creating variety in the bark is a very important thing for this, and I'm doing it on the wrong size. God damn it, I should have put 3.6. There you go. Almost made a mistake there. So what does this do? What I'm doing now is actually creating texture that gives a feeling towards the bark. And because the texture is never, ever, everywhere the same, it gives a kind of depth to it, which, you know, translates into, well, it looks pretty to the eye, and if it looks pretty to the eye will keep focusing on it, which is nice. You know, you want the eye to be focusing on the trees in the background a bit, so that it, you know, can move around the drawing, because it's not always it's important to have the center part of the drawing being presented, like, you know, the moth-hawk is right there, but the background actually fills up that ease of like, I can look around, I can see stuff, I can see like, there's a tree right there, and a tree right there, and then the tree right there. Nice. You know, it gives some kind of feel of depth. And because of this, because of the field of depth, the depth of field? No, field of depth, yeah. It calms the eye out to, you know, make it look relaxing and quite gentle to look at, which is a nice touch. I'll say that at least. It's a very nice touch. And this is also a thing that I always did back in the day, you know, when I didn't have a digital screen, so I had to do, you know, everything manually by sharpening the pencil, then get the pencil up and running again, then sharpening the pencil. But erasing was not a problem. That was not a problem. You know, it's erasing. Oh boy, erasing was the worst kind of experience. So I had to deal with, you know, oh yeah, you cannot erase. And I'm like, oh no. Yes, I'm trying to create environment, and erasing is like the worst case scenario of what's gonna happen. Well, you have a big giant stain on your fucking drawing instead of having a drawing, because you don't use color, so therefore you cannot add up those mistakes by, you know, coloring it in and then, you know, forget about it. So yeah, I did that actually. So cooking today, check. Successfully, check. Washing everything, check. Getting everything up and running, check. And now what are we doing? Well, what am I doing? Well, I'm drawing goddamn bark. That's what I'm doing, and I'm trying to do my very best on it. So, plans of tomorrow. Plans of tomorrow is that I'm gonna be trying to see if I can do a scheduled stream. Probably gonna be doing the Magical Girl story for a scheduled stream, because, well, you know, it works. It is easier for me to do something that I'm a little bit more comfortable with to just, you know, out stress, you know, because, well, getting scheduled streams up and running does give a little bit of stress, and if it doesn't fix it, I have to find another thing. So I have to find. Now, I don't have to find another streaming service, but I have to find the answer towards the problem. Which is normally not a very hard one to go for, but it's a very annoying one, that's for sure. Yeah, sorry, I'm a little bit drowsy now because, well, it's goddamn cold outside already, and I don't have the heater on. Now you're probably asking, like, why are you not putting the heater on? I'm like, do you know how expensive the heater is? I'd rather just, sit here and shiver a bit while wearing big giant clothing to just, do whatever I do normally. Because, well, you can actually prep for winter. You cannot prep for cold, for warmth. Well, you can dress for warmth actually. You can, but it's a little bit different. It works differently. Let's put it that way. Way differently. Now, what do I want to do after this? What do I want to do after the moth-hawk project will be done? Definitely I will be trying to focusing on the magical girl story more and more and more. And because of this, the magical girl story is going to be probably the prime project I'm going to be working on, because the magical girl story is actually the one that I want to finish. I want it done. I want it to be created. Because it's always been my dream to do, make my own things, make my own goddamn stuff, and then, work on it. Which is not a bad idea, You're doing all the work, and then, you post it, and then you can be happy about it. That's the main reason. I'm not going to be complaining about anything. Well, I'm going to be very critical about my own stuff, that's for sure, but I'm not going to be complaining. Oh my god. Also, why is the eraser so goddamn large every single time it resets? It's stupid. Then I also will find out, I'm skipping here. That's not good. Yeah, where I magical girl story. Want to make it good? Yes. All right. So since I want to make it good, I want to make sure that I will take my own goddamn time with it, and therefore, making a project with it, it's good. Live streaming it, then work, and then give more progress by, work on it, draw on it, work on it, draw on it. So just draw every day on it, and then, show the progress already made, and then, start drawing again to continue where we left off. It will speed up the progress like tenfold, like I did with the magical girl story parts already, like, the expression parts. It charges up the progression, which makes it more easier to see what the hell I did. And of course, I will try to be my very best to explain everything what happened, so, people don't get confused like, what did you do? And if people then still want to ask questions like, how did I do it? And, I will just, go back and explain it fully. I don't mind making a whole goddamn video about it. That will be no problem. Because, it's always good to do that. Make sure that people understand what you're doing. If people can understand what you're doing, then, well, you're doing a great job. If people don't understand what you're doing, then, well, there is something wrong with the formula, because technically you're trying to do something and then fails. It doesn't mean it is not entertaining to watch. Definitely not. That's the fun fact. I'm trying to do my very best to be as precise as possible to make sure that everything that I do is correctly. The sad news is that, well, it's a very difficult thing to do. You want to create something, and you want to have your expression shown, but it's very confusing to see what, like, oh, I'm switching between a drawing program and a software program. Yeah, exactly. Those things is like a very messy idea of like, oh well, I'm just switching from here to there and then there from there, and I'm like, maybe should not have done that. But it did have some. I do like working on that project. It's a lovely child to work with. It's a big, nice and cozy thing to do. I don't know. It's like a pet. Yeah, like a pet rock. You work on the pet rock until the pet rock looks pretty, and then you can throw it at somebody that you don't like. Because like, ha! See, I can do it too. Take that. It's not out of spite I'm making it, definitely not. I'm just very, very happy that I'm working on it, because it actually changed my mood drastically. Like, oh man, this could I do with it, this could I do with it, yes. I will try my very best upon achieving that with all the might I have, and then try to do my very best, because you know what I already discovered? Apparently I can make a loading image. You know that loading image when you have like a loading screen and you see that image turning? Yeah, that's already in the game. That's already in the software. And then, I just have to add it to the drawing and then, make my own loading screen. So it's gonna be a very passionate project. Definitely, it's gonna be having lots of love and lots of laughter with it. I mean, you know, if I can do it, probably other people can do it as well, and I like that. It's always, you know, the first steps are always the hardest, especially with these things. Like, look at this. I'm now almost there. How far am I? Well, I need to do this, but I'm almost halfway. 1, 2, 3, 4. So almost halfway the first part done. Which is nice. Which is very nice. You know, we're trying to. Why am I not doing it from up to down is very important, because if I do it from here to here, it will have a different effect than if I do it the other way around. The main problem is that if I don't do it that way, then I will lose track of what kind of connections I have, because with the bark it's very important to keep the to keep the progress the same. So what you're doing here is trying to get from one point to another point, but making sure that if you do the point, you're gonna be going this way and then that way and then this way. So you see all these little lines that I'm drawing constantly. Well, those lines are very, very important that they are connected, not with each other, but with different ones. So you don't want to have big giant lines going one way, you know, you want to have like one this way and then that way and then this way and then that way, so that you have like an interweave drawing. And what does this do? Well, it does this. Allow me to show you. So what it does now is actually it creates this kind of feeling, this wooden structure feeling, like that it is actually building upwards like a spiral, which is very important because a tree is like a spiral. It goes up and up and up and up and up. It grows, it grows, it grows, it grows. And the only thing you see when you see a tree growing is actually the bark expanding. And the feeling of having it, you know, grow, seeing the growth, seeing the growth is, well, that's what this texture does. It shows the growth of the tree. It shows that it is big, fresh, well, big, old, you know, whatever you need it to be. Impressive, let's put it that way. That's the better word for it. My vocabulary is not very good when I'm talking a little bit too fast and hasty. I'm still working on getting better at pronunciations and talking in clearer ways. I hope everybody understands that, but language barriers are always a problem. But the best thing is you always make sure that you always make sure that, you know, you get there. You try to do the best to do what you can do, and then you work towards it. Baby steps. Every single thing requires baby steps. You don't want to overdo yourself. You don't want to cause yourself to be losing track of what you're doing. Because I set myself a simple goal, which is just go upwards until you reach the point where the tree leaves come. Go upwards until you see the tree leaves. That's my goal. And why do I do that goal instead of finishing off the full building, full tree, let's say the least, is because if I do it this way, I still have I can still, you know, concentrate on one thing and then, you know, use my hyperfocus to continuously work on it until I find the last bit of, well, you know, necessary things to do. So a lot of these lines are not very nice. They lack structure sometimes. They lack depth. And this is where it all comes in handy. This is where that stupid structure comes in handy, the spiral structure a bit, because you can technically connect a way different piece to another piece. So if I want to connect this bit right here with this part right here, I can do it. Like, you know, I can draw the part right there. It's a chunky little trunky boy. There you go. It's a trunky boy, and then I want to connect it with this one. All right. Well, I will do that, and now I can connect this. And see how the rest actually works naturally, how the rest of it actually works around it naturally. That is what happens. You know, you're trying to do your very best here to create the effects that are necessary to create the bark effect. And of course, the bark effect is not perfect. Absolutely not. It has some flaws in it. But those flaws are not shown. That's the fun fact. So as you work towards it, you will see more and more, you know, stuff coming alive, and you're trying to do your very best to continue on working on it. And that's what I like about tree texture. You know, it's this tree texture is such a nice and relaxing thing to look at. It's like a hypnotic wave that constantly comes around and goes around. And the further you look, the more stuff you see in the texture, which then, you know, implements that, you know, the texture is all nice and handy dandy. Of course, you know, you can have repeats inside of the texture. That's not a problem, but I can't because the stems I have is not very good. I could use my own stamp. I could make my own stamps, but that would take time and effort, and lots of time and effort that I cannot spend because I do want to have this one finished. Also, I'm not a fan of stamps, honestly. I just like to draw it. It might, you know, take more time, but hey, you know, if you have everything hand drawn, it's so much more better to look at. Especially when it comes to textures. Alright, so, anything else to add towards this? Yeah, I'm actually having lots of fun with doing this. It's just, you know, drawing, tree, trunk, drawing. And then the more tree I draw, the better it looks. And the more tree that comes, the more beautiful it comes to become. So, yeah, it's all fun. Also, I've been looking into some things. I was looking into seeing if I can get certain things up and running as well. Hopefully one day I will be able to stream Red Faction Guerrilla, or at least, you know, record it with maximum graphics without having the lag spike of YouTube. But I doubt YouTube allows me to Ultra HD record something so that I can, you know, use it. The main problem is actually the particle effects. The particle effects actually cause the game to be blurry, which is it's a shame because the game is such a pretty cool game. It's like, you know, you hit a policeman and then suddenly the whole police force comes after you. But you're on Mars, so they have guns that are very scary, like nano rifles and railgun sniper rifles that can shoot through cars. Yeah, it's great. It's a lovely little game. Such a gem. Anyway, where were I? Oh yeah, I was busy doing this. Drawing a tree bit. And the more tree bit I draw, the bigger it becomes. Ooh. So yeah. Of course, you know, this is gonna be probably taking 2 episodes to do anyway, because it's a fucking tree, what do you expect? And it's quite big, so yeah. It's a lot of stuff. And I'm already getting tired of my hand because of, well, using every single fucking detail on it is a pain, but yeah, forget about that. The first time I did this, I only got here half like this, and then the next one is gonna be half like that, and then, oh no. Yes, this is probably gonna be taking more than 1 day. And this is probably gonna take more than 1 day. This is probably gonna take 5 days. Yep. If things go the way I think it is gonna be, because I don't think I'm gonna make it in 5 hours. I don't think I'm gonna be making it in 1 hour here. Well, it's 24 minutes, so it should be done like 24 minutes this, and then whoop, yeah, maybe halfway through the goal. Oh well. So then it's gonna be two streams of doing this. Not too bad, not too sad. It's certainly was something, you know. It's entertaining to watch. It's like, you know, you're constantly drawing, and then suddenly, like, if I zoom out, it's like, ooh, more stuff. I think that is always what people always see. Like, he's drawing more stuff into the stuff. Therefore, the stuff looks good. Yeah. The main issue is that even if the stuff looks good, it is not fully the right thing to do. You want to have this stuff to you know, you want this stuff to be recognized everywhere, but you also want this stuff to be looking gorgeous. And you cannot do that if you constantly trying to you know, go upwards or backwards. So you want to make it as confusing as possible to follow the lines, to create a kind of pattern that actually gives more leeway towards the end result. Let's put it that way. Leeway. It makes the final product look pretty. There you go. Easy words. No need to use hard words that I don't know if it is the right word to use. It makes it look pretty. And if it looks pretty, it's good. Well, that's what I always say. I always think, yes, if I am satisfied with my end result, then yes, it looks pretty. That's the good part, you know. You want to be critical about yourself, and if you spot some major issues like the layering, next time when you're trying to do something like this, don't do it. Trust me, I'm learning that. I'm literally learning to not do the thing that I did before. And the more I'm using this project, the more I'm like, ah, man, if I did this like now and started now, I would probably have a better result. But since that I'm still using the same art style, since I'm trying to use the same art style everywhere right now on this project, I cannot do it. Because, well, you know, if I want to do that, I would have a whole full reroute, which would have been absolutely terrible for that. Oh, hell no. But yeah, all the mistakes I made, all the issues that I had, you know, most of them are gone. It's just, you know, the mistakes are not gone, but the issues definitely they are gone. It's like, oh, well, I need to do this and this and this, and then I can get to that. Yes. But right now, I don't have that. Right now, I need to make sure that I work around that to prevent such things from happening. Or at least, you know, make sure that since that they are happening, that I, you know, gently erase the mistakes that I made. Gently. So don't try to push too much effort on it. Just try to roll with it until you can no longer roll with it. Like with that pixel plague that we had, with the white dots that everywhere were showing up, because apparently putting too many filters on one part, it turns it into a graphic match. A graphic crash in the product. So yeah, I'm glad that it's at least gone. The graphic glitch. I'm so glad I worked around that. I would have not liked to be alone. No, like, hey, yeah, because of this glitch, I no longer can work on this project. That would have been such a bummer. Ugh. I don't want, you know why? Because I'm actually quite a perfectionist when it comes to drawings. Like, you know, if I want to draw something, I will do it, and I will do my very best upon it. If I cannot do my very best, then, well, you know, the drawing would not be sufficed. It would not serve my purpose. It would not serve what I wanted to be, that I wanted to make it look, what I wanted to, you know, give towards somebody. Like, hey, here's a unbaked egg for your efforts, instead of like a nice French toast. It's like, thanks, but you offered me a French toast and I get a fucking half-baked egg? I guess, but I'm not happy. Yeah, neither am I, but it's like, you know, it's very demotivating to, you know, have to start over everything. I know that. I have done that. Oh boy, I have done that. That was with the no. That was with the design issues with the goddamn boat. That boat. That boat was a pain. That boat was a no bueno. I mean, could you imagine, you know, have to redraw a picture multiple times until it looks pretty? But once you've done it, the perspective of the drawing is absolutely horrendous, but therefore making it fail to stand out, or at least, you know, cover up the mistakes that you stand out. Let's put it that way. Because, well, you know, you made your drawing in such a way that it needs to be standing out to to guide the eyes towards the new part. To another part, let's put it that way. Not new, another. So yeah, I'm very happy upon what I have achieved right now. It's not everything, of course. It's not everything that I wanted, but at least it's something. So yeah, it's a lot of hard work, a lot of things that I have to do, and probably tomorrow I will also start talking with the manufacturer to get the poster fabricated so that we have the poster as well. Then after that, I will start, fixing the magical girl story, but I also need to do some drawings of a badger, I believe. Yeah, that's the word. What I want to do, why the fucking badger? I'm trying to run a school president. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. But the icon is a badger. And then I'm gonna try to bribe people with this cool-looking badger icon. And then, not giving the badger icon away. Probably I will also give the badger icon away. But I also will give them, a piece of paper where, everything is on, like, what I will do as president of this school. And then, that would also be a thing, like what I'm aiming for. And then I also will give away free candy so that, bribing will commit. So yeah, that's what I'm trying to do. It's a fun little thing, and a badger icon, 1 hour work, boom, done. Probably. I never have drawn a badger, so I will be able to draw a badger. That's how it works. All right. You have never done something? Pfft, you can do it. Just try. The worst thing you can do is failing. The worst thing that you can do is not turning out to be the way you want it to be. Oh, whoop-de-daisy do. Just try it, get a hold of it, and then try to do it again. If the first attempt fails, and if the first attempt fails, then nothing really has been lost. It's 1 hour of drawing a funny-looking badger with sunglasses, probably. The same time, the same thing as I drew the cool-looking the koala, the quality time token. Yeah, it's a silly thing, It's a silly thing, and who the hell doesn't like silly things? You give away a free sticker of a goddamn badger, and everybody's like, "Where did you get that badger from? It looks quite silly." And you're like, "Well, I got it from that president over there. I got it from that guy over there who sold them to be the next president of the school." And I'm like, "Wait, what?" Also, he gave away free candy, and then the people are like, "What? Free candy? We had to pay for candy back in New Orleans." So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's like, yes, it's gonna be running around and probably spreading lots of nonsense, lots of rumors, because like, oh my god, did you hear that person is trying to go for school president? Oh man, I can't wait to see. I cannot wait to see his speech. And then I don't show up. Why? I am not committed. I don't have the permit to do anything with a school president whatsoever. It's literally not able to do unless the whole convention is gonna be doing it. No, like there is no school presidency. There is no event that is happening like that. There is none. But people will tell anybody else that there is one, and then people are like very confused, which is then succeeding, and then more things, and maybe we will have a school presidency at a convention. That would be very funny. That would be the blast. That would be the most confusing, most luckiest thing ever. Like, I'm running for school president, even though there is no school, and it's just a convention, and everybody is really confused about it. And then, I have to do a speech. So I will probably also prep a speech. Oh man, that sounds so silly. And I love it. A speech, me, my fellow people. How have you done? I have been here before as everybody else standard, and I will make sure that those weasels are out of business. No snakes will be ever roaming this these classes again. I will make this a free snake zone. After all, snakes don't go well with mushrooms. Yeah. No, that's a little bit too late. That's a little bit too old. That's like, what, 2000? No, even way earlier, probably. Yeah, 2000, yeah. It's 2000 humor, right? Badger, snake. Yeah, badger, mushroom, snake. Oh, well, badger, mushroom, and then snake. That's the one. So, yeah, that's probably not gonna be going there, but you get the point. You get the point. People will probably, spread rumors, spread anything that they want to talk about, and then, the school presidency will come, and I'm like, all right, well, time to do what I'm good at, talking, and then talking about how I'm gonna be doing this with literally a speech, which I do have, even though it won't probably not be necessary, but I will be prepared. I will be as prepared as Dora would be on an adventure to find, what again? A shoe? Probably. I will be very, very, very well equipped for this scenario. I will have briefings. I will have everything else. I will have hype people to hype me up, probably. It's probably going to be my friends, and I'm like, hey, you want to earn some extra candy? All right. You have to spread the name. You have to spread the rumor. And I'm like, that's a deal. How much can I get? 10 whole candy bars. Dear God. So, yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So, as you already can see, the tree is looking nicely. I probably have been mumbling on by now, I'm just getting very excited for this, this event that's coming along at August. Probably at when Christmas comes, I will probably buy my I will buy my tickets, and then I will also rent a room. This time I won't make a mistake by going on holiday at the time that the event comes, which I technically could not have been avoiding. So, oh well. So I'm gonna be doing that, and I hope you all I hope you all like my cool idea of running for presidency at a school, even though there is no school, but it's just a convention, and I'm making people very confused that there is a fucking school presidency going on, because technically it's technically school themed, so YOLO, I guess. Oh man, that's a very old wording. YOLO. You only live once, so you better do it. Alright, where was I? And I'm sure I will be a good president. I can pull off the looks, I can pull off the cool biceps that I have. Well, I don't have biceps, but I can look very menacing. Nah, not even that not, but I can look pretty charming. I do have my swag with buttersweet talk, so I can do that. I can even make a good accent on it. Probably won't use an accent, but I probably will lose the accent instantly if people show interest. Oh yeah, I will probably be like that. Like, oh my God, you really wanted to vote for me? Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, great. Who doesn't want to have a bum as a fucking president? It's great. Like, what will you ban today? What will you ban? I will ban nothing. Thank God you don't ban anything. Yes, but what I do ban is you not being lazy. Nah. Bums won't ban for laziness. The bum will probably ban ghosts. Sometimes. Depends on the situation. If they invite to tea, then nothing happens. But scary ghosts, ooh. Like the big spooky ones, the demons in the closet. Yeah, definitely. That bum is a scary pants to the max, and I love it for it. It's such a good humor, like run away because there is some scary stuff, and then how did you trigger it? And then the bum's like, well, I touched it. I touched the thing that says don't touch it. Now there is a big giant cursed skull coming towards me. And I don't know why, but I'm running for my life. Same with the moth-hawk. Like, you're not supposed to touch the crystal. You did touch the crystal, didn't you? No. Well, big giant bird is looking mean at him and like do 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 do, ready to charge up a lightning bolt. Yeah. Ah, great. Kleptomaniac bomb. That's the thing, you know. It's a charming little fella. All right. I am talking total nonsense right now, and I love it. All right. Let's see how far we are. We're almost there. We're almost at the part. How much time have been past? 40 minutes. Am I gonna be quitting it now or am I quitting it afterwards? I will probably quit it when I reach this bit. So if I reach this, then I will quit. Yeah, then that part we need to quit. So we're gonna continue with the things. So we're just gonna do this like we're putting the line down and we're gonna move it upwards so that we can see where we need to be, but we need to be casual about it. We don't need to rush anything. We just need to draw the lines that need to be done. And that's the fun part about it, you know. You try to do your very best at getting somewhere, and then you do. Not like it's gonna be not like it matters almost every time, but it does matter to me to see that, you know, the growth of these of the texture going upwards. It's such a satisfying thing. It's like watching a plant grow. And I guess, you know, we're working on a big giant tree, which is technically a big giant plant because I don't know, plants and trees are almost the same. They both grow, so oh well. So much in common. They both most times have leaves, so I'm not even gonna be bothering with that. I'm just gonna say this tree is growing and therefore it looks pretty, therefore it's gonna be better to look at if you just look at the texture. Which sometimes does, and once the colors comes in, once the color scheme comes in, once the colors come in and the light parts and darker parts are there, I think even then a lot of stuff is gonna happen. Oh boy. Oh boy, this bit is such a mess. There you go. Let's see if that works. I should not have drawn that fully out inside. Then I should have been doing it like this then, right? Or is this on the line? No, it's still not on the line. It's as you can see, I made a quite little mistake. Oh well. It cannot be helped sometimes. 3 bits, right? Should have kept with I should not have kept with that, but oh, now it works. Alright, now it works. Good. Now it works like I should have known. So I'm gonna be moving this one there, that one there, this one there, and then move upwards, downwards. Alright, that will work. Good. Now we're gonna fix up the rest. This needs to be there. There needs to be something here. Yes. Alright. Now we're gonna go back to baby steps again. It's very always a problematic when you have these big empty spaces and you want to draw the texture. Then it's gonna be hard because you're like very disorientated when it comes to drawing them. It's like, all right, I have this big space, but I need to fill it up with the texture, but I cannot make sure that I have like consistency in the lines. Therefore, I need to figure out like, all right, how do we do this? And that is always the main problem in these things. Like, I probably should have made a little more lines to help it out. Spreading, let's put it that way. Like, if I put more lines in these things, I could have, improved upon the quality of the midsection, because now we have like a big giant empty hole that we need to fill up with all these lines. And I'm not always very precise with these lines, and that is the main problem. Like, I want to create the chaos into it, but sometimes it doesn't work. Let's hope it turns out great. So we should not be too much of a trouble. Oh, I should have definitely moved from here on. It's so much easier. See how much easier it is when you do it on the bottom part instead of the top part, because you can follow the lines that have already been taken and then just move it. Of course, you cannot make it every single time the same way, because otherwise you're gonna have problems with the texture being too samey, which loses interest in the eye, which you don't want. You want to actually keep on consisting with the eye contact, which is nice. All right. What now? This way, that way, this way, and then this. And then I'm going to keep that line there, and then we're going to move that line for next time upwards. I want to keep a little bit open so that we can move, like, I want to keep this open so that we can move it then, this way, so we can move here, then we're going to go there again, and then there again. So it's going to be uneven to keep on the cycle. I will put a little bit more forward momentum, but nothing more, nothing less. Otherwise, the texture will be lost. Well, at least, the idea of how the texture is going to be turning out is going to be lost. So I'm going to move this. We're going to move that line towards here. I believe that's a good line, right? And this is a good line. All right, and then we're going to make sure that we have that line a little bit like this, so that we can, do the thing that we want to do. All right, save. And now we have saved it. Now we can look at it from a bigger angle, which is good. Never mind. Come on, save it, please. I don't have all day. I do have most of the day, but I don't have all day today. All right, let's see. Zoom out. How does this look? Background is not, the transparency background is not helping at all here. It creates fake shadings, but we can see that, yeah, if the shadings were not there, if we move it a little bit like this, that looks nice, that looks nice. All right, so if the shading was not there on the background, it should be fine. All right, I think that is it for today. Thanks all for watching. I hope you all liked it, and I hope we'll see you all next time. And I cannot wait for doing the delayed announced broadcasts again. So I cannot wait for doing them again tomorrow. So yeah. Let's hope it works. And until then, I want to wish you all a lovely day. And bye!